when you're in your grief, how does it protect? Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu describes exactly how it protects. As the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam says, when a person is put in his grave and now a man approaches him in the grave, ready to execute punishment upon the person in the grave. And so he is approached with the punishment from his legs, where his legs are. And his legs will say, you have no power over us. You can't enter from here. You cannot punish from his legs. He used to stand reciting Surah Al-Mulk. Go somewhere else. So then the punishment will come to him from his chest. The punishment will approach, and this area would say to the punishment, you have no power over us. There is no way from here. He used to recite Surah Al-Mulk. Then the punishment goes towards his head, and they approach his head with the punishment, and his head will say, there is no power over us. The punishment cannot enter from his head. He used to recite Surah Al-Mulk. Then Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu said, it is the protector that protects from the punishment of the grave. And it is mentioned in Surah Al-Mulk, whoever recites it at night has done a great deal of good. That's the word of the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So the first virtue protects from the punishment of the grave. The second virtue that is authentic in Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, there is a surah in the Quran which is made up of 30 ayat. It interceded for a man or for a person until he was forgiven. And ulama rahimahumullah, they said, in order for a person to attain these virtues, then a person has to be persistent in reciting it. And the surah, he continuously recites it, and this surah will ask Allah to forgive him. And so this encourages us all to regularly recite the surah. The virtue isn't specific for the person who recites it in the day or in the night. You could recite it any time and have this virtue. You may recite it in the day, in the evening, after coming back from work, at night. No matter where you recite it in the day and in the night, there is the reward and the virtue of what we are saying. So it's not bound or restricted to a specific time. We just said that Sunnah al-Nabi was to recite it before he slept. However, if a person forgot to recite it at night and then decided to recite it the next morning, then bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, he's included in this virtue. It interceded until a person was forgiven. The third virtue, the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he said, there is a surah in the Quran consisting of only 30 ayat. It will intercede on behalf of its companion until it leads him into the paradise. And I want you to imagine a person being held, carried and dragged to Jahannam, full of shortcomings, and you are not included in the mercy of Allah. And so this surah begins to khasim. It begins to defend and argue on your behalf. Oh Allah, he used to recite me every night, and you're still being pulled and dragged. And it will say, oh Allah, he used to cry when he used to recite me and reflect upon its wisdoms and meanings. And he would recite it and reflect upon your greatness. And oh Allah, it reminded him of being grateful to, as you'll see this message in the surah. And it'll continue. It'll continue to stand by you. It will not run away from you. This is what the word khasamat suggests. That you're going somewhere and this surah is defending, continues to put a good word, doesn't stop. But it does that for its companion. You see, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he said, he didn't say that it defends the one who memorized it. He said it defends the companion. What does a companion mean? It's with me in the morning, it's with me in the evening, before I sleep, when I wake up, like this. Such a person is going to defend him and put a good case for him on the day of judgment. So it not only intercedes until a person is forgiven, but it intercedes until a person is entered into the paradise.